Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Think Clearly module and this segment on the power of flow. This is when everything starts to come together and we really accomplish amazing things. We get more done in less time. I'm sure you can all remember a time when you were in a state of flow, when you were running and it was easy, or you were walking in nature and your mind just relaxed and you started to think more deeply, or you were at work and you got more done in less time, or you were studying and you learned things super fast. We've all had these moments in our lives when we've been able to enter into a flow state. The problem with flow for a lot of us is that it happens randomly and we can't control it. I would love for us to be able to get into flow whenever we want to, on demand almost. And in order to do that, I studied a very challenging situation that occurred and what a couple people did to get into that state. About 2 years ago, a couple climbers attempted to climb the Dawn Wall in Yosemite National Park. The Dawn Wall is 3,000 feet tall. They trained for 7 years in order to try to accomplish this, and it ended up taking them almost 19 days. There was a moment during this expedition, though, where they climbed hands and feet only. They hauled their water up with them, their food up with them. It was just incredibly difficult, so demanding. They slept on the wall. It was unbelievably challenging. There was a moment where they had gone up 1,500 feet. They had to go across 300 feet and then up the rest of the way. The first climber went across that band of rock, no problem. The second climber went up, and as he was going across that band of rock, he fell. Now, he was roped in, so he was safe, but he was so exhausted that he had to wait several hours in order to be able to try again. Tried again, fell. Was completely spent. Slept at night, went out the next day, tried it again, fell. Figured that it was too hot. Went out at 3 o'clock in the morning when it would be cooler, fell. Got really angry the next day and was like, oh, I'm gonna go out and do this, goes out, falls. Gets really angry again, goes out right again, falls. Ended up falling 13 times over 7 days, over and over and over again, failing. Now, this was a big deal. Sponsors were involved, social media was exploding with his failure. His entire life has been put on hold for 7 years, and he couldn't get the job done. And to his credit, he stopped, paused, thought deeply about what was going on, and went back to sports psychology basics and remembered what's called the Yorks Dobson Law from 1908, the inverted U hypothesis, that suggests that at a low activation level, you're not motivated, you don't care, you're bored, your performance is bad. At a high activation level, you're too stressed, too nervous, too anxious, too tense, and again, your performance is bad. That was the state that he was in. He needed to find somewhere in between those two states where he was energized, he was relaxed, but he was focused and was able to get into that state of flow. So here's what he did. He slept for an entire night and allowed himself to wake up whenever he wanted to. He woke up early, went out onto a little ledge, found a ledge, stuck his heels against the ledge halfway up this mountain on the cliff and watched the sun come up. He then went back to his tent and meditated and became deeply mindful and brought his attention back to the instant. He forgot about the future, forgot about the past, forgot about his family, forgot about social media, focused in on the only thing that matters, which was the upcoming attempt at getting across that band of rock. And as soon as he had entered into that proper state of activation, motivated, focused, energized, but not too tense, not too nervous, not too stressed, he was able to move across that band of rock relatively easily and ultimately the rest of the way up the mountain and into climbing history. We can enter into this state of flow pretty much whenever we need to if we set the right conditions. We must be doing something that's a little bit challenging. We must be totally focused on that one task. And you must get yourself so that your attention is completely focused on that one thing that we're trying to accomplish. I have a workbook for you on this with a lot of exercises that you can do to really tease out how you can enter into your own zone, your own flow state. And check that out, and I'm sure it'll be super helpful for you. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you so much for listening to this segment on the power of flow.